Greetings. Frederick Riddle here with another episode of Christian News and Views. Today we are in episode 177, and this is Tuesday. And yesterday, a lot of work's been done on what President Trump likes to call the big, beautiful bill. So I'm just making some assumptions here that no hiccups along the way, everything gets passed and so forth. I want to look forward to um, the impact it's having. There's a lot of conversations out there about it. Some panic, but in reading about it and studying it, first of all, I'm not an economist, but I'll get into that in a minute too. So let's start about the bill itself. This bill is designed to cut taxes, thereby energizing the economy and reducing wasteful spending. The goal is admirable. The goal is needful. I have no question that it needs to be done. Once it becomes law, it will have an impact on state as well as national expenditures, budgeting, and not just expenditures, but budgeting expenditures. So, states such as Florida, which is where I live, are taking measures to be prepared. Some states have cut expenditures. Uh, they've already cut them. These are existing programs, perhaps, and they either cut the total amount, or I have. They've also in some states what they've done is they delayed it, but they have state committees or something to watch it, and then maybe have a special session later on in the year. Um, some states are actually cutting back on new spending. I believe that's what's happening here in Florida. And so there's just different approaches. Every state's going to take an approach that the governor and the legislature think is the best um, move for them. Excuse me. So what I see here is that states are already trying to adjust their state budgets to account for expected and unexpected shortfalls. It would appear that Trump's drive to slim the economy down to a more manageable level is going to help, not hurt, governors and state legislators to slim down their own state budgets. Long term, I see it as needful to return our country and states to having stronger state economies. We've been in recent years, that I guess you could even say decades, your states have been spending money like it's growing on trees. Here in Florida, I've been a little bit more practical than that. We don't even have a state income tax here. We have sales tax, but we can increase our spending year after year. However, there's been some restraint shown, and now they're showing a lot of restraint in because they're seeing the possibility that some money they were expecting from the federal government not going to be there, or may not be there anyhow. So there's going to be some short-term difficulties, bumps in the road, if you will, and these bumps can cause some severe local for the citizens in particular, but even for individuals and for different situations. So everything's going to have to be almost be taking a case by case situation. But I think that they're going to ride it out. They see it coming. It's not like it's a storm that's coming that they're not aware of. It's a storm that they see coming. They see the possibilities. They see the dangers, and they're trying to prepare for all events. And then as it comes down on top of them, they're going to see what was a real fear. Was it real? or just imagined. If it was imagined, they can push it aside. If it was real, they're ready for it. Maybe there's some opportunities here that they didn't see before, and they'll be able to um, do certain things on a state level and even the local level they couldn't do before. A lot of questions out there that simply we don't know the answers to them. But if it is successful, it will be worth it all. So my final say on that, let's wait and see. This is not something that's going to throw the government into the wastebasket. This is not something to get panicking about. This is needful. We've had some very, on a national level especially, we have had some very irresponsive or irresponsible spending budgets and so forth. And we let computers um, guide us. And now those computers in different hands are actually looking at it and saying, wait a minute, these need to be stopped or this is going to get even worse than it is. And it's going to be painful. When you do something this long, um, there's going to be some painful. Hopefully, most of that will be smoothed out and things will work their way out. But it needs to be done. And so that is today's news pretty much. I simply wanted to address the idea. Excuse me. I simply wanted to explore the idea here that this, first of all, there's no reason to panic. President Trump has made some very strong moves ever since he took the presidency, and there's been all these big blown out fears that are just blown out of proportion, and they haven't come to pass. Even the attack on Iran was going to. We had people say, "Oh, we're in a war now. We're in a war now." Didn't happen. In fact, they went to the negotiating table. And so there's a lot of things out there that are happening and a lot of things in flux. And the best approach that you and I can take is to, and I know you're going to hate it, but watch and see, wait, watch, and then see what happens. We have time and we have the energy, we have the intellect, we have the will to make changes if it's necessary. Unfortunately, it is necessary to make some changes in the way things are done. Don't blame the guy who's trying to change them. That's Donald Trump. Blame the ones who came before him, Biden, and before that, Obama and others. We had a almost you thought they might have had a tree in the backyard growing money. So, and they borrow a lot. Social Security is not in trouble because of this big, beautiful bill. Social Security is in trouble and may have to suffer some restrictions of its own simply because our government, national government, has been borrowing against it for decades. And there's no intent, no real intent to ever pay it back. No one ever believes that, even though they say they will. And so long term, there are some things that have to be stopped. Just like Iran had to be stopped in their planned attack and push back a bit. So we have to do the same thing on the economic and other fronts as well. On the religious front, get the government out of the way. On the economic front, slim down. Don't be such a fat government. Slim down. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe to this channel, TNR Independent Books. When you do, you encourage me. I always promise to try to inform, encourage, and inspire you. Whether I accomplish any, whether I am getting better, you can tell. Whether I accomplish those goals or not mine to judge. It's yours. And you judge when you subscribe, you're saying, well, you're doing a good job, or I at least making me think. If you go the other direction and don't, or and don't subscribe, don't follow, then it's a slap on the face, so to speak. And it says to me, you need to shape up a little bit. And I try to do that, by the way. I'm not sitting here satisfied. Oh, you got it made. No, I don't. I'm just still trying to do the basic three: inform, encourage, and inspire. And hopefully that is what I am doing. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.